Hi, I'm Daniel, this is Ashville, and today we're building a concrete diving board for a swimming pool in a £15 million house. When you think of a diving board, you may think of a conventional one, which flexes up and down, which you may use for recreational fun, or possibly one at the Olympics with people doing multiple backflips and somersaults trying to win a gold medal. This is a luxury property with both an indoor and outdoor swimming pool. It was designed and built to showcase the capabilities of the owner Andrew Southern's companies, Southern Grove, Future Generation, and High Life. It's basically a massive showroom where everything you can see is for sale. The concrete diving board is one element of the external works we are carrying out at this property, where we're installing irrigation to handle rainwater, a 5G football pitch, floating seating, outdoor entertaining space, and a fire pit. A standard off-the-shelf diving board simply wouldn't do, as Andrew wanted to create something which embodied originality, raw materials used in construction, functionality, luxury, and be a one-of-a-kind, standalone piece of art. After discussing all the possibilities, we decided that a huge, bespoke concrete diving board fit all the requirements. However, concrete diving board would not be easy, as there are a number of challenges. Number one, there has to be a very large cantilever which cannot have any supports. A cantilever is a long, rigid, protruding object which is supported only at one end. The structural design can often be seen on balconies and bridges. Number two, the concrete diving board is an afterthought. All the pool work is already in place. Any additions cannot connect or interfere, as it could compromise the structural integrity of the existing. What you can see here is the framework around the housing for the pool cover once it's retracted. Because of the existing services, we have to step back the base of the diving board even more than we originally thought, making the cantilever even bigger. We have to create large foundations to support this. We are going to go 1.7 meters deep, 1.1 meters wide, and front to back 600 mil. We're going to step all of this back by 1.8 meters from the pool, meaning the cantilever has to be 2.5 meters, which will extend over the swimming pool by 700 mil. It will be 450 mil wide, 200 mil thick, and sit just above the walkway by 150 mil. We're going to use timber and ply to create a mold to pour this entire structure at one time using a C50 mixed concrete. Now, this is one of the strongest mixes you can get and is about double the strength of the concrete you would use to pour a garden shed. In basic terms, the more cement you add to concrete, the stronger it gets, as long as you do not add additional water, which can counteract the cement. Making concrete is sort of like having a recipe for a cake mix with four main ingredients: sand, stone, water, and cement. If any of those ingredients ratios change, the end product can change massively. Finally, once concrete is poured, it reaches 80% of its characteristic strength in 7 days. It reaches 100% of its characteristic strength in 28 days, and at 56 days, it can actually exceed its characteristic strength. We're using a 4x2 treated timber and 18 mil WBP ply. We need to make this mold strong enough to support the pressure of the wet concrete, which by our calculations will weigh around 7 tons, as we need 3 cubic meters. At the same time, we need to be accurate down to the millimeter, as the internal measurements will determine the shape of the diving board. To reinforce, we're using a 12 and 16 mil rebar. We bend this to shape and create a wireframe which will act as a skeleton for the structure. The big day is upon us. We are about to start pouring the concrete. We had a little bit of a change midway through, and our excavation, when we got to 1.7, we found the ground to be very soft. We had to go another 500 mil deep, build it up with type 1, compact it, and then we began to fit our rebar, and we're gonna pour the concrete now. The concrete we're using is being mixed by a volumetric concrete lorry, which accurately and automatically mixes the material to create the desired concrete. However, the closest the lorry could get to the location of the diving board was the front drive. So we had to pour the concrete into a line pump, to which we connected 40 meters of line, which was a mix of rubber and metal pipes. This meant the perfectly mixed concrete was dispatched directly into the diving board mold, which saved on time and man hours. We're using a concrete vibrating poker, as it removes any air bubbles and creates consistency throughout the mix. It has been 14 days. It's time to carefully remove the mold and prepare the area for the final tiled finish. In order to preserve the concrete diving board's aesthetics, we need to take our time and dismantle the mold delicately, piece by piece. The bespoke diving board is complete. It started as a client's vision. It was then architecturally and structurally designed. Construction consisted of bespoke molds, reinforced steel, and finally concrete. The end result, a standalone, functional piece of art that is a one of one. That means there were none before and there are none to come. Thanks for watching. Let us know what you'd like to see us make out of concrete next. Click here for the Ashville website. Click here to subscribe to our channel. Click here to see a video on the full showcase of this £15 million house, and click here to see a video where we salvaged a collapsing flooded basement.